What's up, guys? Welcome back to JB Breaks Free. Glad to have you with me today. Thanks for the likes, subscribes, and views. I really appreciate it. I love this community that we're building. Today's video is going to be about how to conquer yourself, and that is often a big challenge. What stands between you and happiness, success, and inner peace? Often it is yourself, and we got to learn to take control of ourselves, and that's how we can take control of our life and have a better day and break free from the BS. I did get out there and do a little bit of Instacart today, did 2 batches. I would have liked to have done a little bit more, but $30 for now, and I'll get to 200 for the week surely. With Valentine's Day coming up, or at least Valentine's Day at the restaurant this Saturday, it's going to be a crazy day, crazy night with lots of customers, a big day of waiting tables. I'm going to go extra hard during the day and turn that day into a monster. So I plan on doing that. And also the Instacart, that's 2 days of freedom if I get to $200. So it's a little bit on the freedom path there. I felt some desires to smoke cigs today, and that is going to be talked about a little bit in our 10 ways to help conquer yourself. And I think it's just out of fear, and it's instant gratification, which we have to take care of. And I'm not going to give into it. I want to build myself stronger mentally and physically, and be the best person that I can be. But the first step to conquering yourself is going to be self-control. And that is saying no to impulses, emotions, and actions that, when you lose control, is just going to cause harm to you, like emotions, negative emotions, fear, anger, jealousy, and actions of drinking and smoking cigs, and impulses to buy those and impulses to shop. We got to say no to that stuff. It's within our control. Say no to anything that is going to harm you, that is within your control. The next is going to be self-discipline, to say yes, to pursue what is right despite it being uncomfortable. Say yes to what you need to do. So instead of letting my emotions run wild, I'm going to say yes to discarding anxiety. I'm going to say yes to eating a good lunch today, and to doing some cardio before work, and to kind of resting and meditating before work. And that is going to take self-discipline and also self-control to say no of what I don't want to do. The third instance in how to conquer yourself, the third tip, is going to be delayed gratification. And that is a huge part of breaking free, guys, because instant gratification is just going to keep us on the hamster wheel of just BS, and it's going to make us feel awful. Focus on long-term consequences. And that's really the game that we are playing. Financial freedom is kind of a long-term thing. We have to first figure it out, and then we set it on autopilot, and we just chip away. Delayed gratification for smoking. I would feel better right now if I could go out in this mild winter day and smoke a butt on my back porch, but then I'd feel bad right after it for losing self-control, not having any self-discipline, for giving in to instant gratification, for giving into my fear and my anxiety, for wasting money, for not keeping promises to myself, for putting my health at risk when all I want to do is enjoy my freedom when that time comes, as we're all building up to our freedom point that is going to be achieved at some point. And I don't want to regret being severely ill and not having enough time with my children as they grow when I smoke. Also, the delayed gratification of diet. There's a lot of things I would like right now, and I even did have a few Starbursts today, but it could have been a lot worse. I got a nice lunch planned, and I got some cardio planned, and diet is instant gratification. And okay, so I'm going to eat a good lunch today, and I'm going to do cardio, and not much is going to change. But what would change immediately is if I ate a Snickers bar. I'd feel real good ASAP, but then I'd feel bad for a while. Delayed gratification of diet would get in shape, Health is wealth. That is going to be key. The fourth tip on how to conquer yourself is to overcome self-doubt and self-criticism. This does plague me at times. It plagued me a bit in nursing school. Before I really got into knowing my mind and knowing my thoughts, and knowing my thoughts weren't necessarily me. The inner voice in your head that says you're not good enough, you can't do it, you don't deserve it. It's huge to just even observe those thoughts and put distance to those thoughts. If you can become the observer, you know that that is not you. That's just a thought loop in your head. Find supportive people. Find a supportive community. If you're here, you're in a good supportive space. You can do it. Recognize the negative thoughts in your head and distance yourself from self-criticism and self-doubt. And you know what? If something happens, you get back on the horse. You keep trying to get a little better, and you just change your ways. And every day, I'm excited to do better than I did the day before. That's what you got to compare yourself to. Compare yourself to the day before. Got my nice coffee cup here. That was the first time I ever held my girls. 3 months in the NICU. They were born at 1 pound 15 ounces in October. They were supposed to be born in January. What a crazy night that was. I was so excited to be a dad, but I didn't want to be a dad that night because I was really scared. It wasn't like a movie where, the baby's born and they put it on the mom's chest. It was kind of effed up. Like, we had to go in this room, an emergency C-section, and I kept looking at all the nurses' eyes and the doctor's eyes to try to read them, and hopefully things were going right. And I remember the first baby crying, and I was like, oh my God. And then the second baby came out 2 minutes later, and I'd never seen anything so small in my life, and they were whisked right away. And it was just crazy, crazy time. And we couldn't really hold the kids. They were in their incubators for months, basically. And it changes you as a parent, I think, not being able to hug and kiss your baby for the first 3 months as much as you would want, and to have to leave them at the hospital, and come home and go up and down every day to visit them 40 minutes away. And it definitely changed me as a parent, but and as a person. But that's a little aside there. I keep this coffee mug close. Number 5, and I think this is key in the path to conquering yourself, is to stay on the path. Take one little step each day forward. Don't regress. It can be easy to think you're not gaining ground, to take steps backwards, but just chip away, chip away. You'll see it some of the small sales that I post on the Instagram page. They're not all big ticket items. Every Instacart batch I do is not a big ticket item. The money that I save every night is, not a ton, but it all adds up, and it's added up to tremendous benefits so far, and I look forward to the rest compounding. Stay on the path. You're on the right path. Keep it going. Number 6, on how to conquer yourself, tame your ego. It's okay to ask for help. Be specific in your questions and seek out the right guidance. And also, don't let things offend you. That's something that I sometimes struggle with. I used to kind of fight tooth and nail for my spot at the restaurant if I felt disrespected or slighted in the kitchen. There can be a little bit of that front of the house, back of the house stuff, and I would always I would fight back a little bit. But my best strategy was always to stay under the radar, and even better than that is just to kind of shrug it off. Don't let it upset you. Don't turn it into a thing, especially if it's the boss getting on you. That's kind of just the way it is. And you're in this for other things. You have an escape route, which I think is huge. And everyone here has an escape route, even if you haven't started yet. This is your start. So tame your ego to conquer yourself. Number 7 is to embrace constructive criticism. You don't want to be in an echo chamber. You don't want to be around a lot of yes men. You got to learn and grow from your mistakes. But don't let that constructive criticism start to make you have self-doubt and self-criticism, which we talked about in number 4. Constructive criticism's okay, and if you guys have any for me, please let me know. I know this is just the beginning stages of this channel. I hope to get so much better at it and my content and editing and all that stuff. But as for now, I think it's key just to do the best that I can. Everybody starts and everybody has beginning at some point, and we're all going to grow together and get better. Number 8, feed your mind and soul. This has been something so huge for me on my path to freedom, and that's to consume inspiring material. Motivate you to be, do, and get what you want. And I think if we're here, we're motivated to be the best that we can be. We're motivated to do the best that we can do and to have what we need and what we love, and just enough to survive and to also have our freedom. It's not like we're here to have tons of material things, and it's not about that, and it's not about riches. It's about happiness and about time and freedom and having more control over your life and over yourself, as the title says, to conquer yourself. Number 9, take action. You got to start. You got to start somewhere. Don't let perfection get in the way. Just start. Just start saving. Just start a side hustle. If you're trying to quit something, quit now. If you're trying to look for another job or go up to a girl or a guy, start now. Anything that you want to do, stop procrastinating. Take action. Read books that are going to benefit you. Get moving and figure it out as you go. And number 10, it sounds so simple, but why is it so hard to just do the right thing? And what makes it hard, I guess, is to do the right thing when you're uncomfortable. If you do the right thing, even when it's uncomfortable, it's going to give you inner peace and it's going to lead to success. And I guess we don't always do the right thing, but I hope that we can try each day to do the right thing as many times as we can. And I'm going to try to do the right thing now, which is all we have, and for the rest of the day, to live in the moment and to do the best I can and to do the right thing to the best of my ability. I hope this video finds you well. I hope you are on the path to conquering yourself, and I hope you're on the path to freedom. I know I am, and I'm going hard at it, and I really enjoy it. It's become my hobby, my passion, and it's fun for me to talk about this stuff. It's fun for me to just get a little bit closer every day. It's fun for me to not need a ton of possessions to find happiness from. And it's fun to build this community together, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Take care, everybody, and I will see you soon.